So recently, a YouTuber by the name of Senti has been going around and spreading false, slanderous images of admitted faked images and messages about the YouTuber Mythical to slander and label him as some sort of racist and a doxer, which is completely not true. And in today's video, I will be talking about this situation and explaining how this isn't true. But before I do, please leave a like and subscribe, not only to me, but to Mythical as well, and join the Discord with the link on screen, and also all the links will be in the description. With that said, let's get on with the video. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is the fact that Senti is the one faking these images. Now, Senti is a YouTuber. I don't watch his content, I don't know what content he does, but I've heard of him before, I've seen what acts he's done before, and effectively, Senti makes these fake images to slander Mythical as some sort of racist or doxer, and the process of making these fake images with the words, the words like the N-word, like, I don't know, doxing threats and stuff like that. Whenever you make a fake image, you have to write out the text itself, meaning that Senti himself had wrote the N-word multiple times to frame Mythical and thought he would get away with it, which is completely not true. And of course, I'm actually being told by Mythical that I should make this video to prove this wrong, because Mythical doesn't really know what to do in this situation. He's asking for help here, and obviously I'm Mythical's friend. I'm more than willing to help with this. I also have worked with Mythical in the past, and he has done acts before that are completely separate, but prove that he is like a good Samaritan in a sort of sense. So yeah, when making these fake images, Senti has to write out the N-word multiple times to, actually frame Mythical as a racist. And to be honest, that makes him racist himself. Like, to make someone look racist, you have to write out racist remarks yourself. And this isn't the only instance of Senti being racist, and that is because we see Senti making racist remarks when talking about Mythical behind his back towards his, fans in his server or whatever, and has made several racist remarks towards him. Now, you're probably wondering, how do we know these images are faked? And there are going to be two ways that we understand that these images are fake, and that we can prove that these images are faked. And firstly, that is the fact that Senti himself admitted to these images being faked, and before you think that this admission is fake, there is enough proof here, and this basically just proves that his admission was in fact correct and is true, that he did in fact make these fake images on Mythical to slander him as a racist. So, there's also another way that we can figure out how these images are, fake, and that is with the time that these images were said to have been sent. Now, comparing time zones here, Mythical is 6 hours behind Senti in time zones. And when we have a look at certain images that are, faked images, we can see that you can see the exact message that is being edited that proves that Mythical did not say these sorts of things. And the fact that we can find the exact messages being edited just proves that these images of Mythical saying, this racist stuff, or doxing threats, they're all fake. All these images here are fake. The next thing I'm going to talk about is Senti actually doxing Mythical by spreading his name and threatening him with releasing faked images and all to slander him, and also doxing his name in his public server in front of multiple people multiple times as well, and showing no remorse for doing so. He also somehow managed to get access to an email and started sending these faked emails from 18+ websites saying stuff like, oh yeah, you need to reset your password to an 18 plus website, which is not, it's just faked to make, you know, to make Mythical sound bad or look bad. So yeah. We also see that Senti had threatened Mythical with leaking his address and saying that he has Mythical's address, which is absolutely crazy. And obviously it's very risky in, you know, making this video here. But I have been asked to make this video like multiple times, and I am completely fine with that. Last but not least, we see none other than Senti sending a message to one of his fans, telling this fan to commit suicide, basically saying you should kill yourself for literally no reason. And this sort of behavior is vile. This isn't accepted in any community. Telling anyone to end their own life, especially over something online, is actually so immoral. Afterwards, we see Senti, for some reason, asking this same fan for an apology. Now, I personally don't know what personal beef or turmoil went on between Senti and this one fan, but what happened was Senti had told this fan to end their life and then asked them to apologize and say sorry to him. Now, of course, from like an outsider's perspective, this makes zero sense, but I'm sure there's some much needed context here. So if I do need to, you know, make a second video and even talk about that point, then I will happily do so. Anyways, with that said, thank you guys so much for watching. Please do leave a like and subscribe. Also send your support to Mythical, as well, as he deserves it, as he's going through a bit of a troublesome time here. And effectively, well, just thank you all for watching. And also remember to join the Discord with the link on screen. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.